Hey guys, Mark Holthe here, Canadian immigration lawyer, founder of the Express Entry Law Facebook group, a private group, and the host on YouTube of this Canadian Immigration Institute channel. I wanted to jump on and give you my Express Entry Law tip of the day, and today it relates to reference letters. And some of you know that you need them for the purposes of express entry, but your employer won't give it to you. So what do you do if you need a reference letter to support your work experience, but your employer just has a policy, or they're just too lazy, or even the letter they give you doesn't have everything you need? So what do you do? This is what the tip of the day is going to cover. And I'm going to try to get through this really quick because I know that these bite-sized videos are exactly what you guys are looking for. So let me share my screen right off the bat here. And I'm going to go right to a site, and you can see right up here, it's kind of, I wonder if I can enlarge it so all of you guys can see. So this is what I type in often, CIC completeness check. You can add in EE for express entry if you want, depending upon where you're at. And then when I search it, it comes up to this link right here. This is your source for all knowledge and goodness when it comes to documents that you're needed for express entry. So on this page here, I'm just going to do a quick search for reference. Okay, so here it is, proof of work experience. Right down here, you will see the main requirements that you need in order to, and I'm going to make this even bigger. Wow, that's big. Here's hoping it doesn't get blocked off there. So this is what you're looking for. You need to have this in your letters from your company. And if your company isn't willing to give it at all, or the one you have is missing information, and what are the main items that are often missing? Well, job title is almost always there. You're going to have a job title, but it's right here. These ones, the duties and responsibilities, are often missing, and many companies don't traditionally put duties in a reference letter. Also, the number of hours worked and the annual salary and benefits are all things. Those three are typically the ones that you'll see missing from your reference letters. So what do you do? Well, many people say, Mark, do you have a standard reference letter that you can give me? Is there something that you can just show me as a template that I can use? Well, although that's a separate discussion, the reality is if I was to create a reference letter for every person as a template that they could give to their employers, I think IRCC would start to wonder whether people were actually submitting genuine reference letters. So if someone says, hey, I've got some samples for you, you can use mine, be very wary. You can use them as a guideline, but try to create your own things independently. So now this leads us to, what do you do if you need to prove, one, let's start from the standpoint that your company doesn't give you a letter at all. Well, what are you going to do? Well, the reality is if you don't have anything else, then you have to start to brainstorm. Were you given an offer letter when you first started with the company? Was there a job posting for your job before you accepted the position that listed the duties, the wage, your title? All of those things help. But the key is you need to be able to prove each of these items right here. Your job title, your duties, your responsibilities, the date you worked for the company. So you use your brain. Think about it. What are things that we can do? Well, one of the things I'll often ask people to do is to see if they have a coworker or a supervisor at their company who can issue a letter for them that can provide a notarized, sworn statement saying, I know Mike, he worked in our office. I know he worked in this role and he did these duties. So a written statement. Now here's my real tip of the day. What is the most important? What things are the best and that are going to be most accepted by IRCC? Well, number one, if you're thinking about a hierarchy of people that you can get to help you, right off the bat, if you had a supervisor or other person above you that actually is still working for the company, bang, right off the bat, if that person can give you a letter, that's the direction you're going to go. Okay, what's next? Well, a coworker that worked with you that's still at the company. They would be the next that I would probably say. And then if you don't have anyone that's still working with the company, then see if there is a supervisor that you work directly under that's maybe somewhere else that would be willing to issue you that letter, and then a coworker that also worked with you. But one thing that is not going to help you is to do your own letter saying, sworn statement, Officer, Immigration Canada, I worked in this job. These are my duties. Please believe me. That is not going to carry a whole lot of weight. So rely on these ex-coworkers, these people that you used to work for. They can help you. But the onus is on you guys. You have to use whatever you can, whatever mechanism to try to prove each of these elements that I have listed here. One of the other issues is how many hours of work how many hours of work did I work per week? Well, did you have pay slips? Did your company issue those to you? Those are a great source. Do you file taxes? Do you have your tax document that confirms where you worked? Were you issued something like in Canada? We have records of employment. When you finish work, your company gives you this ROE, it's called. We get T4s at the end of our tax year, which basically is our statement of employment income. And so those things act to satisfy the requirement that your work is paid, and in some cases, pay slips can help to satisfy the number of hours that you've worked. So those are some things. You also might want to consider going through any other. Did you get some kind of a performance review? Did you have any other external third-party document that can help you to prove these things is what you're looking for? Do you have bank statements showing that the money that you were paid as employment income was deposited into your account? And if you're lucky, that deposit will show the name of the company who paid you. Some of you guys were paid by cash. Well, that's tough, and there isn't a lot of records for that, but you just have to do the very best that you can. All right, so I think that pretty much covers, for the most part, some of the ideas that I can give you for your reference letters. But whatever you do, don't follow blindly someone's precedent for how you want your reference letter to look like. Don't just give some sample to your company and say, here, sign this. Make sure that it's unique. You don't want immigration to think that you're just copying something and that your document is fake. All right, well, that's my tip for today. I hope it was helpful to all of you guys. I'm going to jump out of here now and get back to the full screen so I can sign off with pleasure. I also want to remind everybody, as I always do, and it's actually been a while since I've done this. If you go here, right here, and I'll put it in the show notes here. Actually, I can type it right in right now if I want to. I think I can. Maybe I can't. Probably not. When I'm on my phone, I can do it, but it doesn't seem like I can do it on this software program. Anyways, if you go to the CanadianImmigrationInstitute.com website, you can access my complete step-by-step guide to Express Entry, which has helped literally hundreds of people go through the process, and it's just new. So those numbers are going to climb to thousands, I know, in the future. But I know it can help all of you guys when you're going through your applications if you're looking for just a little help to point you in the right direction. It's a complete step-by-step walkthrough, so check it out if you'd like. And I'll get rid of it, and I wish all of you guys the very, very best as you navigate this crazy world that we call Express Entry. Take care.